Hey guys, gonna do a quick-ish video today. Just a quick little video on Tears of the Kingdom. I'm sure you guys know it came out a few days ago. There was the leaks and all that garbage too alongside that. But the full proper release is here. It's got the updates and everything and the 1.1 and all that stuff. So I've got the shader caches installed. It should be all the way up until the end game from what the poster said. I'm not going to show how to get or do any of this stuff. I figure if you guys are swift enough to run emulators, especially a Switch emulator, I'm sure you can Google and Reddit how to find the things you need. The things I have are a 30 FPS mod and the shader cache, and that's it. And then, sorry, the 1.1 update, but depending on how you get your game cartridge, if you dump it yourself, you'll need to find an update or get the update file. There is dumps of the game and update together, but again, that's on you guys. So we'll just start it up here. I'm not too far into it, to be honest with you. I got past kind of like the major, I guess, spoiler cutscene in the beginning, although it's not really that big of a spoiler. I'll be honest with you, I played the first one, and I enjoyed it quite a lot. I bought the Switch just for it, and I'll tell you, I don't remember a damn thing about that game. I played it for probably 100 hours plus, and I remember the gameplay, I remember the game mechanics and all that stuff, which was full good and well. But story-wise, I don't know, I remember killing Ganon or something, and that's pretty much it. So, you can see we're into the game here. So, yeah, we're getting like kind of mid-20s. And this is running on Ryujinx, sorry. Forgot to mention that, I'll put it on the title as well. Yeah, sorry, I don't know exactly what I'm doing here. Okay. Yeah, my broken master sword. And yeah, for some reason, Link likes to start off these adventures in the nude a lot of the time, so all the power to him. Decayed master sword, perfect. Okay. Now, and this is the cave stuff too, so this is the easier to run areas, fortunately. But once we get out to the kind of open world, you'll see the performance kind of does a little bit of a nosedive. I do believe performance on Yuzu is better from what I've seen and from what I've played roughly. But for the life of me, I could not get the updates installed and everything. Like, I just could not run the update file for it. I could run it no problem Ryujinx, but not in Yuzu for some reason. And for some reason, my controller likes to disconnect every now and then when I'm playing, so just give me a minute here. Oh, there we go. Sorry, it was still in a cutscene apparently. Yeah, so it's not the greatest performance, I'll admit. It's playable right now. Don't get me wrong. Like, it's definitely not optimal. I would not and will not be playing it this way at all. I think it kind of takes away from the experience too much, in my opinion, with all the stutters and everything. And even though I have the shader packs and all that stuff, it should theoretically help. There still is the inevitable stutters. I'll see about getting it running better on Yuzu and see if I can do maybe a little bit of a performance comparison there, but I want to do a complete one-for-one with the version 1.1 update, with the shader caches and all that stuff. I want it to be like for like, best case scenario for each side. So I'll see about getting that working more. But yeah, as you can see, I'll be honest with you, when I was playing it on Yuzu, the performance was better than this from what I remember. Yeah, like this isn't This is not that great. Okay, so now we're going to get to the outside area, so that should be interesting. There we go. Run, or dash, whatever they call it. Yeah, so here we go. So the focus in this game is they wanted to focus on the skies of Hyrule or something. I don't know, whatever marketing stuff they said, but as well as the whole crafting system that they have made as well. As you can see, we're getting a very, very smooth sub 20 FPS when we're looking out in the world there. Now it's kind of compiled everything. Oh, no, there we go. We're dropping again. Okay, well, let's jump down. That's not really fair because you're not really going to be fighting anything there, but my goodness, look at that. So, yeah. Oh, right, this is the whole title sequence, sorry, intro. So we'll just let this run its course. And honestly, this is probably a good area to do a benchmark run, I think. That's probably what I'll do. Getting it running on both, I'll do a benchmark run in this little scene here, because it is in engine. Very, very slowly. But, yeah. So, as you can see, yeah, Tears of the Kingdom, playable, technically, on Ryujinx, but, yeah, not to my standards, I'd say, and not to many people's standards, I'm sure. Okay, so we're back at the same spot here that we were before in Ryujinx, except we are on Yuzu now. So, from what you might have been able to see in kind of the opening footage, that was all running on Yuzu. So, yeah. Kind of immediately, Yuzu does seem to be the better way to go, at least on the Steam Deck. So this is running the 1.1 update. It's got the endgame shaders, so somebody says, for the Yuzu. So it should be a like-for-like comparison here. So I'm just going to do a little benchmark run here. When we do that jump down into the water there. First I gotta get there. But yeah, you can see immediately that the game is a lot more stable. There still is some stutter and whatnot here, but the game kind of just running is a lot better, honestly. Like, I'm sure you can just see it, and me just playing it too, it's leagues ahead. Okay, and you can see as we're coming up to the next area there was a bit of a stutter jumping into the water there. I mean, it's not... I wasn't in control when it was stuttering, but still, stutter nonetheless. Another one there. Okay. Didn't stutter that time. Okay, and we should be coming up to... Okay, this would be a decent one. Let's see what I... Oh. I missed the swan dive there. Oh well. Oh well. Well, it wasn't too bad anyway. Alright, let's see. Get this chest open here. I don't even honestly remember opening this last time, so... Yeah, I don't think I did, to be honest. Nope. Open. Okay, let's give you some pants there, Link. Perfect. Okay. Alright, so... What I'm going to do here is I'm just going to do a little bit of a benchmark, and I'm going to let it sit for a good 5 seconds before I start doing anything. So you can see, there we go, kind of let everything settle in. And I'm just going to pan the camera around, we'll see what happens. And yeah, that's a lot better than Ryujinx already. Like, when I was doing this before, it was dropping hard. It was dropping to the below 15, if I recall correctly. Alright, so that'll do it for that, and then we're just going to do a benchmark here, and we'll go from there. Hey guys, so I ended up finding some custom settings for Yuzu. So I did run my benchmark. You'll see kind of the original benchmark and my original thoughts on it after this little section here. But I just wanted to do more justice for Yuzu and Tears of the Kingdom. So as you can see here, on the old like stock kind of Yuzu settings, we had a 25.9 percent, or sorry, 25.9 FPS average. My apologies. With the 6.11% low. Now with the Yuzu custom settings, we see that we have a 28.2 FPS average and a 1% low of 10.4. So that's some pretty big gains there, more so in the lows. There is still bits of stutter and stuff. I'll cut the ending footage that I had originally, because I did complete this video yesterday and then I had it scheduled to go up today. But I'll cut the ending footage of what I was playing just on Yuzu, and I'll replace that with the Yuzu custom settings. And I'll go ahead and show you my custom settings that I'm using right now. Okay, so as you can see here, I have the 30 FPS mod and the 1.1 update. I have the 60 FPS mod as well, but I found there was some slowdown on that. There is a custom mod that's out right now that I did come across that apparently will help with the slowdown in the 60 FPS mod specifically. I haven't had a chance to try it out, nor do I think the Steam Deck really will have a chance at playing 60 FPS, maybe in some cave settings in the beginning area or whatever. But I'm not going to bother with that. I just did the 30 FPS to keep it like for like. So you can see here in the CPU settings, we have accuracy set to auto, all that good stuff. So the main changes that you're going to want to do here are in the graphics settings. So most of these settings are going to be set to the defaults anyway. But what you want to make sure is the NVDEC emulation. Make sure that that's on GPU video decoding, which it should be on default. And then window adapted filter, change that to bilinear from FSR. And then we're going to go into advanced graphics, and then you can see here the blue is what I changed. So I have the fast GPU time hack on, asynchronous shader building off, and enable asynchronous presentation off, as well as force maximum clocks off, decode ASTC textures off. That was off by default anyway. And then we have use Vulkan pipeline cache, which was turned on by default anyway. So that's going to allow you to use your shaders and stuff that you have. So that's going to do it for the custom settings there. And then we'll just get into some gameplay here. So as you can see here from the results of the benchmark, and again, it's not a gameplay benchmark, it was just more so like an engine stress test type benchmark. But regardless, you can see here on Yuzu, we got 25.9 average with a 6.1% low, an abysmal 1.4% low, and then on Ryujinx, we have a 18 FPS average, my apologies, a 3.1, or a 3.7, sorry, I'm blind today apparently as well, 1% low, and a 0.1% low. So from that and from the footage that I'm just going to leave at the end of this video commentary free, you'll be able to see that even on Yuzu, in best case scenario, with the updates, with the shaders, all that stuff, it's still not that great. Like, quite honestly, like, it's borderline playable, but I don't know. I'll just stick to my Switch for now. But that'll do it for me for today. Let me know what you guys think, and hopefully you all have a good day.